one of the Bobblehead Boys, a group of teenage boys trapped in grown man bodies, fumbling their way through the Fallout tabletop role-playing game produced by Modifius Entertainment. Join in on the adventures of Glitch, the third-generation synth played by Blackton, Tiberius, the timid super mutant played by Kirk Nazareth, Riker, the synth in disguise played by Matt Kessler, Duncan, the pyromaniac vault dweller played by James Watkins, and Quintilius Asher, the child of Adam devotee played by Thom MacIsaac. Our chaos and shenanigans are orchestrated by your friendly neighborhood game master, Paul Reaume. Previously on the Bobblehead Boys, our brave adventurers returned from another successful mission, squashing the plans of the renegade protectron Denzel and gaining much valuable information in the process. But what do they do with this information, and where do they go? The Commonwealth is full of possibilities, and the Bobblehead Boys have some big decisions to make.
So here we go. So, last adventure, you guys went on a mission with Denzel, the Protectron, to go to this bunker that he said was attacked by raiders, and that you were going to go and reclaim it from them. When you entered, it was not attacked by raiders. It was actually there was a beast in there that was some crazy radioactive cat monster that was one of the last son of Adam's experiments, which is a part of the information that you got from the computers that were in there, was that he's been doing these genetic experiments to different type of creatures, and this one proved to be a little too unruly for him. But he wanted to revisit it eventually because he was actually really proud of it. Denzel wanted to take this information from the computers and go and sell it to the Institute. And that's really, he kind of got you guys involved so you guys could kill the beast, and then he could take the information and turn on you guys, and then you guys managed to fight him off. A little bit of tear gas, a little bit of good things afterwards. There we are. So we took that information, we went back to the Big Top, you let them know what was going on, you let McMinster know what was going on with the Last Son and what their plans were and everything, because some of these settlements have also been, they've been approached by the Last Son. He's been trying to spread his influence and sometimes offering protection, sometimes offering resources, which is kind of what's going on in Diamond City. He's offering a lot of food and different types of supplies that he seems to have access to, or his sect seems to have access to, that other people don't have access to. You've learned that a lot of these settlements that have not chosen to welcome the Last Son and his sect have fallen under super mutant attacks. Coincidence? I think not. Probably not. Yeah, and that's part of what led us to seek out Tiberius's old clan back at the junkyard, and some of these pieces are starting to come together. So right now, I figure you guys are kind of between Big Top and McMinster, somewhere in that midst. And as far as Big Top goes, after letting them know about the Last Son settlements and what he's been doing, the Big Top has chosen to rebuke the Last Son. They've allowed him to enter their settlement before, and they've been tossing around the idea of whether or not they were going to accept his support in return for, allowing his people to spread the word of Adam. But after hearing your news, they said, nope, screw that guy, he's messed up. So they've turned him away. McMinster, the settlement is doing great. You guys have done a big impact there with everything that you've done. The merchant caravan has now started to stop by there once a week, which is a big change, because what they were doing before was they were sending it like a runner to Diamond City They give them money and some goods that they've managed to grow and acquire, and then they would do some trades that they could carry, and then they would bring it back. So that made like almost a 2-week turnaround between like getting there and then getting back and doing what they need to do. Now they're starting to have traders and stuff actually visit McMinster once a week because they've got a nice Brahmin stand, right? And everything's moving really well there. Yeah, the defenses have gone up because of Tyrell and his Abbey Guard. They've been able to defend the settlement. There has been little attacks attempted at the settlement, even since the Super Mutant one, but the guards have managed to take care of that. With the settlement doing better and making more food, people like it's a hotspot. People want to attack it, raiders especially. The greenhouses have been producing abundantly thanks to the Brahmin fertilizer, and also due to some of the goods that you guys have managed to go and scavenge for earlier on when you were doing that. So now we have some options as far as what we want to do in the campaign from here. The last time you were approached by Reverend Riveter because there's a quest from the Minutemen. There's Captain Strabane has been missing for some time. He went in search of some rumored food source that could offer a lot of support to the settlements in the winter because the resources are so scarce right now. But they don't really know where he is. So Betty White had stopped by McMinster while you guys are away. You know, she's heading south to try to see if she could find him. So they're just looking for help to try to locate him. Also this food source because good people want to use the food to serve good people. If bad people get their hands on their food, that's not so good either. So if the Last Son and his sect is able to get their hands on it, that could offer them more resources to do what they're doing and put more of a stranglehold on some of the settlements that are around as well. Similar to what he's doing in Diamond City. Coming off of the last mission that we did with Denzel, there's questions. I mean, Denzel was going to go sell this information that he found to the Institute. So that means that there has to be an Institute representative somewhere that he was planning on contacting. So where would we find this information? Who would know best how to find contact with the Institute? And then there's still questions left back in Diamond City as far as this is. So Diamond City is probably the biggest source of the Last Son sect, his influence that you've seen so far, because they kind of settled into the All Faiths Church there. They're getting a good foothold. Everywhere else that you've gone to so far, they've been there. They've been trying to weasel their way in, but they haven't really gotten in like they have at Diamond City. And so you could investigate further what's going on back at the church there. Questions left unanswered. Also at the radio station there, because the local radio station has been talking about trying to have an actual sit-down meeting with this Last Son to talk about his plans and what his goals are in the Commonwealth. And there we are. So those are kind of some of the clues that we've had so far. So Glitch, I'm gonna ask you first, because you've been, since Joel was involved, you've been going around with this with his head, what's left of it, and now you've come across. I'm assuming that you guys have. I know you guys salvaged the body of Denzel. We assumed that Glitch was there throughout that adventure. I assume you might have probably taken some pieces of this Protectron while you were there. Knowing that this is tying back to the Institute as well, how does this affect you and what your motivations are? Like, is there something that your character wants to do based on the information you've come across so far?
Yeah, I mean, I need to find this Institute contact, follow them back to the Institute if possible, and then destroy the Institute.
Nice. Is there any idea that you have in mind of how you can find out where this contact may be?
Well, hopefully I got some sort of memory chip from the Protectron.
Okay.
Like, stick into Joel's head and have it talk.
Nice. All right. I like it. I like it. How does Quintilius, based on the information that we've put back together?
Julius finds these rumors of last son getting a stronger foothold in here in Boston area to be very troubling. So I'd like to find out more information and potentially track down this last son.
Is he walk?
I want to have a last conversation with him.
Nice. Where do you think? Like, where do you think would be the best place to go to sort this out? Do you think?
It's that travel to the radio station.
Yeah, I would say that's probably our best bet would be go talk to the man
Down
who's
in
got
the
the
city?
news. Yeah.
Yeah.
So down in the city is the biggest foothold too. That's the most Alberton to be one.
All right, and Duncan, how are you feeling right now? You're really
different.
you're dealing with like more internal stuff than all this external stuff. You've been in the vault. All of this stuff is new to you.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. How are you feeling as far as Reverend Riveter's discussion with you about balancing your love of fire and your fear of water right now? Where's Duncan, you think, as far as that goes?
I don't think he get rid of it. Load of portion.
Lord of Horseshit.
Yeah, it's load of portion.
Perfect.
Water is the devil's creation.
Okay.
It's off.
Fair enough. And Tiberius, how do you feel about everything right now? You've managed to kind of quiet the skeletons in your closet. You were left with a warning that the hunters have been sent out in all directions looking for you. So your troubles may not be done as far as that goes. But with regards to like these rumors of the last son and all these other things that you've come across right now.
We should try to find Strabane, see about that food source. It might help. Like,
Yeah, I was cutting off the last son at the roots.
yeah, right? Like, that's where it all comes together.
Okay.
And a lot of problems in one place.
All right. So I leave that to you guys. Duncan's indifferent as far as where we go right now. Quintilius seems like Diamond City's this place that you want to go. Tiberius wants to head north in search of this Captain Strabane and the food reserve. Glitch, you want to tinker around. Do you want to take a turn to see if we can tinker that thing? That could be like intelligence and repair.
Okay, see what we can do here.
Or science. No, it'd be intelligence and science.
I'm really good at that if you want to ask something to do that.
No. I can't.
It's difficulty 2.
Oh, I got a difficulty one.
Oh.
It was like a 2 and then I went like.
Oh, no. You almost got it though. You tinkered around, and Joel's face actually like kind of animated for the first time. Like lately, it's just been like you've been carrying around this severed head, which is a little weird, a little strange. But he actually like he lit up a little bit. Some static kind of came through his mouth, but that's about it. No really words, just garbled information. But it does seem like there's something there. Like you could probably do something with this. Maybe you need more stuff, more components. Who knows? But it does seem like there's some potential there. So sweet. Here we go. So you got your information somewhat, kinda. There's potential there with Joel's head. Where do we want to go? What's the priority? What kind of consensus can we come to as a team?
20 minutes later.
All right, so we are going to head to. We're going to head north. We're going to head north to try to find Captain Strabane. Now, we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do a test. We're going to have to try to find our way through the winter wasteland. See if we can figure out where he is, because we don't really know where we're going.
Use a little point find.
Perfect. You did not. Wasted luck point again. It's the way it goes. So it's a perception and survival test. But it's like difficulty. You've never been here, and you don't really have any direction other than north. So it's like difficulty 3. So James is gonna lead it.
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty
Another
is
one success. One success with Rob helping.
you guys can assist if you want. Yeah,
I like the idea that it's kind of like a family vacation. We're all trying to figure out how to get there.
Perception as well?
I had 1 success.
Oh?
No.
Oh, I didn't do it.
no.
I'll use a luck point because I'm pure. There it is. That's a success.
You got 3?
That's the third. So between the 3
3
of us,
altogether. Yep.
we triangulate. Rob stood off over here.
You're on course. So you're making pace pretty well. I mean, it's a fair travel, but you're gonna make it long enough that you're gonna have to set up camp. All right, so you guys get to a point that you're on course so far. You've just gotten your requirements, so you're heading in the right direction. But you do have to set up camp. Had you rolled even better, you'd have some bonuses. You'd have the option to add some bonuses to your camp or to make your next navigation test a little easier. It's up to you, but at this point you're just kind of doing exactly what you need. So now we have to try to see if we can set up a good spot of camp, which is the same type of test, but this one is like mixed. How many successes you get is how successful, like how good that camp is going to be. So I assume James is going to do the same thing because Duncan's leading the charge here. So you're going to do another perception and survival test.
Perception survival to make it camp.
Yeah.
A little bit of intelligence.
Yeah, we could argue that.
All right. Difficulty 3.
Dip whatever you get. That's how many successes you get. You can help if you want.
Yes. Alright.
All right, so just two successes that we got. Okay, so you can make a fire. That's going to give you warmth.
Duncan has already made a fire.
All right, so that's 1 success spent on fire. I'm not going to argue with him because he was leading the charge and he's the only one that got successes anyway. So Duncan made a fire. So you have 1 more thing. In all reality, fire is a good choice because it's cold. You don't really care. Glitch wouldn't care so much because he's a synth, so he doesn't really worry about those things. But you guys would. And you've been traveling long enough that under these conditions you can start taking fatigue for not doing that. You will need to eat. So one of the things that you can spend is fire is one thing, but you can also spend one of your successes on getting yourself shelter, defenses like an alert in case somebody were to try to attack you in the middle of the night. Things like that. You can shelter from the elements, hidden, so people are less likely to even see you. How do you think you want to set up your shelter?
Yeah, we don't need the early warning sign to do this.
He's gonna stay up all night.
James probably 2 pieces of GMT
Starting out
Yeah.
protect.
Yeah.
I don't know, sitting on the fire.
Just sit on the fire.
So
So he made the fire. So that's pretty much what happened. Was Duncan started the fire, and then you guys just did everything else you needed for this. It took 200 plus years to figure it out, but we did.
Greetings, Bobble fans. We interrupt your irregularly scheduled program with this important message from the Bobblehead Boys. This is your last week to get your votes in for the Player's Choice Awards. Vote now for who you think should win Most Kills, or Most Likely to Succeed, Most Wanted, the Underdog Award, or the WTF moment. Cast your votes in the comments below while there's still time.
Glitch. I assume you're going to keep watch because you don't need to sleep anyways.
Yeah, do what Joel said.
Sweet, let's do it again. Yeah, let's do the same type of test.
And also, I realized I have a holotape player, and I use pieces from the holotape player to reduce the difficulty.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Sure, why not? Just mix things together, see what happens.
And get this side. 0 successes.
0
18 and a
successes.
16.
Yeah, lots of garbled
That was a
static.
terrible idea with all the player.
It actually shocked you. You went and like connected the thing, you're like, ah! Shit!
Drive across
And you woke everybody up, and now they're cranky.
Shocking, not in a good way.
Roll 1 combat die. No effects or anything.
No effects or
Alright,
anything.
very good. So nothing happens throughout the night. You guys are able to sleep just fine. Glitch stays watch while he's tinkering with Joel's head, and then we can continue our journey the next day. So we have to do our another test to see if we can make it the next section. Hopefully we do just fine. If we do it properly, like if you just meet the needs, you're going to reach your destination or the next stage. If we fail, this is going to take longer. Wow, nice. Okay, so you need a 3, so you actually got 1 extra.
You got it faster.
Yeah.
You found a fat man on the road. You found a superpower.
Not quite. Okay, maybe like an alleyway that got you there a little quicker, but yeah, maybe not a fat man. Sweet. So you're making really good time. Like you got good sense of yourself. Now, as you're traveling in the distance, you can start to see where the land is starting to meet what used to be water. It's all dried out at the time, but you can see it in the distance, and you can start to see like some like ship wreckage, like an oil liner type of thing. But it's still a good distance off, and you're traveling, and the path that you're going is kind of like going up, right? So as you reach the crest of this hill, this hilltop, now you're looking down, where you can see the expanse of land before you, where it gets into like a city that existed pre-war time. But between you and the city, there is a mass of frost ghouls, just like scavenging around between you and the city. And then on just the other side of the city is the water, the docks, and this like beached oil tanker type of ship. And that's what you can see from here, even from this distance. Roll do a perception and survival test. Difficulty 2.
Oh, 4.
Go 2 more back to you. And so even from this distance, because like the ghouls, yeah, you fought ghouls before, cities, broken up cities, you've seen these before, so you haven't especially seen this ship. Like this is something very new to you, especially being a vault dweller. You've never experienced something like, what is this massive construct?
Big time.
Right, yeah, and it's you don't even understand the connection of it to water because there's no water there. It's just this massive thing. But you can see from the distance this glow of a campfire just in front on the land, just in front of the ship. But again, it's like ship, campfire, city, ghouls, you guys. However, it seems like you're coming up from this crest, like everything kind of narrows down into this. You're gonna get bottlenecked through it. We can try to sneak around, try to avoid them, like through like maybe like the broken up like trees and stuff like that. See if you can sneak through. Eventually, you're gonna get into the city itself. That's the only way to get to the ship. But you could try to navigate around the ghouls. Yeah. Glitch wants to go sneaky around them.
I think that's a lunch, and then when everyone survived, they're running out that corridor and shit.
Start popping them
That's
up.
what I'm saying. The whole time I've disappeared into the shadows.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I am on board.
Man, I need to see the sound of my knees cracking. It gives me away.
It's a valid distraction, right? They do the thing and you go sneaking around. Yes. All right, so let's do a group test.
Mental launch?
All right, so how I think we should do this test then is Tiberius, I think you're gonna lead. You're gonna do your test to shoot the thing. Okay. And then you're going to assist. So to make this work, we're gonna go. We're gonna treat it as difficulty 3, but it's between the two. It's like a combined plane, right? So you're gonna work on shooting your mini nuke, your missile launcher. You're gonna shoot your missile launcher. You're gonna try to use this as a distraction to sneak. So it's a difficulty 3 between the two of you, but he has to lead the charge. You only get 1 minute. Yeah, and he has to get a success first.
I'm gonna use an AP.
Yeah, you will. There you have it, Bobble fans. A beached oil freighter, a mysterious campfire, a massive horde of frost ghouls, and a trigger-happy super mutant with a missile launcher. Sounds like another typical day with the Bobblehead boys. Tune in next week to watch their plan unravel.